All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another NBA regular season video. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the 2026 NBA All-Star Game in Los Angeles and the new format for the All-Star Game that was revealed a couple of nights ago. I want to give my opinions. I'm going to break it down for you guys. So if you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have any opinions, comment it down below. And if you just like the vibes, consider subscribing. So yes, a couple nights ago, the long rumored World vs. USA format was officially revealed on NBC, and I I was doing something else when halftime came on, so I only heard a little bit of it. And the way they explained it, it sounded kind of like cool. It sounded kind of okay. And then in preparation for this video, I pulled up an article from ESPN from Tim Bontemps, who I like a lot, but it's just an article. And he gave a detailed description of the game, or the games, and the teams, I should say. And what I read, I was not particularly pleased, and I was not particularly happy. And I hate to say that, but I think we've lost the plot with the NBA All Star Game. I think we've officially lost the plot. Um, and I have a bunch of feelings. Let me break it down for you guys before I tell you my feelings. You're gonna tell me how you feel as well. Um, this video is pre-recorded, by the way, so if anything changes from when I'm recording this to when it goes out, you guys probably won't see it. But if you are seeing it, nothing's changed and everything's accurate. So, and I will leave this article down below as well if you guys want to check it out. So the NBA announced its long-awaited plans to overhaul the All-Star Game Tuesday night, laying out its new United States once again versus the world. The United States once again? That is not the name. U.S. versus the world is what it is. Format will go how the team. Wait. Will the new layout how the United States versus world format will go and how the teams will be formed. Beyond the obvious changes, going to a three-team format featuring eight-man rosters, two of which will be made up of American players and the third international selections. There will be a couple of changes to how those players will be selected. Continuing on here, the basics: five starters and seven reserves in each conference, with the compensation of with the with the input of fans, media, and players voting for the starters, and the coaches picking the reserves. Remains unchanged. What differs though is that there will no longer be any potential requirements, positional requirements. Pardon, not. There will no longer be positional requirements. This is the big thing. There's always been positions in the All Star game, ever since its inception, I believe. And this is the first year where there'll be no point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. You can vote for five centers. You can vote for five guards. You can vote for a combination. You can vote for whoever the hell you want at any position. You get what would be 10 votes for 10 players each day. Some days it'll be double the points. That's how it usually goes. So gonna be interesting to see that. Um, and then they tell you that. The league answered the lingering question: what happens if those 24 players do not evenly break down into 16 Americans and 8 international players? Or would or would the league or would the league force the voting to adhere to those numbers? The solution is that if the player pool doesn't reflect the 16-8 split, the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver will pick name extra players to the roster to get a minimum of 16 Americans or the minimum 8 international players. So if there are 14 Americans and 10 international players, Silver would name two more Americans to get to the 16 player minimum. And if it's 18 to 6 split, he would name two international players to get the 8 player minimum. Um, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about there being three teams? Um, I'm gonna be honest. And I might contradict myself from my video last year where I talked about the All Star game and how much I kind of liked it, but also didn't like it. I think that's what I said. I might be walking back on my statement from before, from months and months and months ago. But um, I, I, I just don't, I don't like this. If you're gonna do this, this is my thought. This is my original thought when this idea was rumored and floating around through the NBA circles, is that I thought it was going to be world team versus USA team. Two teams. That's it. We're going to play to an Illim ending. That's what they've been doing for the last couple of years. And I'll tell you what an Illim ending is here in a minute. But I think it should be that way. I don't need three teams. You know why they have three teams? And I'll tell you what. It's for business. It's for money. It's to sell more jerseys. It's for all this stuff, and it's so from a business side, it's so smart. Make another USA team. Make two USA teams. Make one international team, and sell three types of jerseys and all this stuff, and get people to buy the merch and all this stuff. And I get it. It's a smart business move. I don't need to watch three teams. I don't care enough about three teams. Give me an international team, one team. Give me a USA team, one team, and that's all I need. I do not need three teams. I do not need a round robin of play. I'll get to the actual game here in a second, how they're going to play the game. But it's ridiculous. We don't need three teams, dude. We don't need three teams. Um, and this is moving on here in the article. This is going to be more about NBC, who is the new presenter of the All Star Game, versus TNT, who was the host for many decades. Now is moving on to NBC. And this part here about the article I'm going to read to here is that part of the appeal of the international format is for NBC's purposes. It is that the All Star Game weekend will be built into the network's coverage of the Winter Olympic Games in February. As a result, the All Star Game will not take place at its usual 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time, as it has regularly been in the past. Instead, it will be from 5 p.m. EST to 2 p.m. PT, and will come on the heels of the Team USA hockey game. I like this actually. I do not want to be watching an All Star game at night. At night, put it during the day. Put it during the evening. Um, I don't want to be what I'm especially if we're watching three teams and the games are taking forever. Put it at 5. Put it in the evening. Put it so like I can sit down and eat it with my and watch it with my dinner. Like I'm not watching a game at 8, especially an All Star game where it could be a blowout. Um, so here we go. We're gonna talk about the round robin play featuring the three teams. First three quarters. This is how the game is gonna be formatted for reference. The first three quarters will be made up of a round robin play featuring three teams, allowing each of them to play twice. The fourth quarter, quote unquote, will then be the the game featuring two of the best teams after the round robin action. And if all three teams have a 1-1 record, the two with the best point differential will advance to the championship game. What what are we doing? I think I've said that a lot recently, or maybe I haven't. But I feel like I say this a lot when I read this stuff. It's like, what are we doing? Who cares? And this is the thing about, to me, right? This is the thing to me. This is the thing to me, right? All Star Weekend used to be about watching the best players from each conference play and care about the game, and it be about celebrating the sport of basketball, right? Getting the best players in the world, because that's what the NBA is. It has the best players in the world. I don't care what anybody tells you. The NBA is one of the few leagues that actually has the best players in the world collectively in one place at one time in one city for one weekend. That doesn't happen in a lot of other sports, right? And we've been lucky enough the last couple years to get um, an energy boost of international players. In front of you on your right, top right, Victor Wembanyama, middle, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, left, Nikola Jokic, obviously France, Canada, and oh god, where's Jokic from? Serbia. You know, all over the world, right? Players from all over the world. And it used to be celebrating the game and bringing everybody together and playing the best brand of basketball you can. And there'd be some fun. There'd be some lobs thrown up, um, and all this stuff. and it'd be a fun game. And then it became a not so fun game, and players started to care less, and it became a lot harder to make it East versus West because the West was just so much better. And then it became harder when you had the limitations of players getting injured and injury replacements, and then you at some point you let the players make the teams, and that I actually like that when the players get to draft their own team, and it was LeBron and Steph, and it was LeBron and Giannis one year, and it was I like that. I genuinely like that. It was Kevin and LeBron at one point I think too as well. Um, I like that, and we're just jumping, and it's changed so many times over the course of the past 10 years essentially, um, that it isn't even about celebrating the game, and it's become such a disaster to try to keep up with this. And the All Star game used to be about appealing to the casual fan that this might be the third time they watch the NBA all year. They watch opening week or opening night, they watch All Star weekend, and then they watch the finals. That the very casual person, those are the three times out of the year that they watch the NBA. And by my mouth to God's ears, right? Why do we need to jump through all these hoops? What casual fan is going to care about? We've made up. The teams are going to play three quarters and then play round robin play, and then they're going to play each other twice, and then the two best teams are going to be in the final round. And nobody, no casual fan gives cares enough. They just want to see the best players play, dude. Nobody cares enough. That's the problem. Like you make it a whole big thing, and you expect people to understand, and you expect people to read this article, and you expect people to like remember this stuff from like the games in February. It's November right now. You expect fans to remember this stuff, and we're gonna turn on the game, and we're gonna be, oh yeah, it's this stupid thing, and then you're gonna not care about it. And like I maybe I'm becoming too old, but I remember the times where it actually just used to be East versus West, the best players against the best players, and it used to be fun, and it used to actually mean something to be an all-star. And with this sort of drafting as well, or player voting, fan voting, media voting, you might get some weird players in these games. Like I know there are a lot of good international players. I know there's three in front of you on the top of your screen. Then you're missing like um you're missing like yeah, I didn't have enough room to put Giannis or Carl Anthony Towns because he's Dominican. I'm trying to think of other players. Um, Sabonis, Luca. Um, you have a bunch of great international players. A couple of these guys get injured. A couple of these guys, you're gonna get some weird international players too. You're gonna get some weird American players too. I know the pool for the American side is a lot bigger, but there's still gonna be some weird discrepancy there. Um, and it might not be the best players. And I think them opening it up and not having it be um, or having it be positionless is great, but that's a plus amongst many negatives. And there is something that I never considered that I've heard over the last couple months, and I heard before as well. But like, there's a generational divide in which the older players aren't hard enough on the younger players to play hard in this game, in this All Star game. And when God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant was still with us, and he was in the NBA, and he was an All Star. He would tell people, "We are going to play. We are going to play in this game. The fans deserve it." And I feel like as much as like these players give back and these players care about the fans, and I don't feel like anybody has the leeway to do that, has the clout to do that. You know, um, I think no disrespect. I mean, there's a little bit. LeBron doesn't do that. He doesn't care. Last time, literally last year, LeBron he waited to the last minute to put himself as like I'm not going to play in this All Star game. He waited to the last minute, so obviously LeBron doesn't care about the All Star game anymore. Um, you have a couple people here. Two of them actually have been All Star game MVPs, Steph and KD. That was way back in the day. Well, no, Steph was more recent. KD was way back in the day. But like you have guys like Ant, who are kind of nonchalant. I don't think really care. Jokic doesn't care about the All Star game. He just cares about playing competitive basketball. Shea, I have no gauge on. He's played a couple. And Victor, he's played a couple. I don't know if he really cares. Luca doesn't care. Giannis might be the only one who really cares as well. But like a lot of these players don't care anymore, and that's also the problem. And I don't know. I guess, and this is me talking this through right now. I guess the NBA has conceded that we can't make the players care, so we'll just make it as convoluted as possible and try to make it as interesting as possible to make the fans watch. And that's how we're gonna get people back to watch. And I don't think you're gonna get people back to watch this. And there needs to be a case study, and it'd be really interesting, and I might have to do it. The death of all-star games and all-star events in sports, in American sports, because nobody really cares about the baseball all-star game. They care about the home run derby. That's the only thing they really care about. The NFL all-star weekend is come and gone so many times. The flag football that they did was kind of fun at times. I remember. Um, Hockey's all-star game has historically been more recently um, in line with like whatever an international event is going on, and USA just sends their best players and they play in that tournament. That's what they did last year, I think. And the NBA is I'll give them credit; they keep trying, but man, this is rough. I don't know. Maybe I'll like it. Again, I might be talking over what I said last year, but actually reading this and breaking it down instead of just like watching it and just saying, "Oh, this is okay, this is fine," and knowing what they plan to do has me worried. It has me worried, man. I'm genuinely worried, and this is a thought I've had the last couple years. Is that I think it's time. This is gonna sound so crazy. Stand with me though. Walk with me. There should just be no All Star game anymore. The All Star, it's run its course. It's the NBA's been around for 75 years. Maybe you've had an All Star game for like 65, 70 years, right? Um, you've had enough All Star games. The players obviously don't care. You can still name All Stars, like in name in perpetuity, right? For the sake of history, you can be named an All Star. My big thought is that hey, let's move the NBA Cup stuff back a couple weeks, right? Move it back a couple weeks, and let's put the NBA Cup final couple games as the All Star game. Make it a whole weekend. Still do the whole NBA stuff, event stuff um, that you do every All Star weekend, but just make it an NBA Cup experience as well, and make the NBA Cup the All Star break. Make it the NBA Cup break, where whoever's not playing the NBA Cup, guess what? You get a week off, and the NBA Cup guys come here. You guys can come as well. You can do your own thing. Obviously, maybe we might still have the 3 point contest. Who knows? Dunk contest, we can get rid of that too, right? And we just play the NBA Cup stuff. I think that's my brilliant idea. I love that idea. I thought of that many, I think like a year and a half ago now, where we forego the All Star game. We just do the NBA Cup since the NBA is also set on making the NBA Cup a thing over the last couple years. So equally make the NBA Cup important. Make All Star Weekend not All Star Weekend. Make it NBA Cup Weekend, All NBA Cup Weekend, whatever the hell you want to call it, and call it a day. Because you gotta do something, man. This tweaking it and tweaking it every year doesn't help people's comprehension of the All Star game. It's like, oh, we're playing like a casual fan's gonna turn this on and be like, why are there 2 USA teams? Why is there only one international team? There'll be so many questions, and like maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want people to be confused and investigating. Go to the NBA Instagram account and click on it and find out what it is and like the post, whatever it is. The engagement of it all, you know. I just think it's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous. And it's actually made me mad as I've been talking through this whole thing. So I'm gonna stop it there. I'm just rambling, but yeah, that's the new NBA format that's gonna happen in Los Angeles, and we'll see who plays. I'm definitely gonna make my own NBA ballot, NBA All Star ballot at some point when they open up the voting, and we'll do it together and we'll walk through it. But yeah, that's it. Tell me what you think about this formatting down below. All that good stuff. Like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Cheers.